Oh, nice. How you doing? Lovely to meet you. I hope I haven't met you before and I've forgotten you, but if I have, I apologise. If I haven't, welcome to the room. Lovely to have you in here. Really nice to see you. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, he's with me. Oh, there you go. Nice. Literally. Yeah, so look, no, first time I think. Oh, we got a virgin. We got a virgin to Twitch. Well, at least my Twitch stream anyway. But welcome in. It's lovely to have you. It genuinely is. So yeah, my thing of it is that I stopped at a very young age of allowing people's words and venomous stuff to affect me. You know, I'm not going to lie and turn around and say they never affect me because, you know, I'm only human. I have feelings. They can be hurt. But I can tell you something that I don't do. And I'm never, well, I've not been called a V in a long time. Glad to hear it. I prefer the more experienced. So, I digress. So, I will not allow other people to know that it hurts. I just won't. Even if the comment that's made has made me feel like shit and really hurt me, I ain't gonna let you know that. I'll deal with that internally later on. You ain't getting that satisfaction, twat. And that is literally what happens in my head. And then usually what I'll then do is I will sit there and I will berate myself for the next 10 minutes. Are you schley? Yeah, exactly. What, 30 years ago? What's this? 30 years ago. Well, you know, look, it's like I've always said, older the berry, sweeter the juice. All right, I'll leave the rest up to your imaginations. I'm just saying, you know. Mark ponders the revenge. Yes, I do. Yes, revenge is a dish best served without anybody else finding out, and you can get away with it. Just saying. All in the realms of entertainment, you all understand, of course. I want to say ew. But only berries dried out. Currants. Yes, but currants are still nice. They're tasty, they're very moist. I need that soundbite from you, Don. I need your moist soundbite. Let's see. Most good things mature with age. Exactly. Just not men. Well, no, men. This is the really sad part in this society, right? Bite me, sweetie. Mad, you must be so sweet you're sour. We have a moist girl. Yes. No, but the thing is that men get sexier the older they get. It's absolutely true. And women, unfortunately, they get less attractive when they get older. This is also true, which is kind of why I've always turned around and said, when you meet somebody, actually meet them, not what they look like, right? Because one day, and if you fall in love with them and you stay with them, one day, and it will be in the blink of an eye, all you're going to be left with is this old person, right, that doesn't look like anything. But if they're a shitty, horrible person, not only do you not get a good looking person to spend the rest of your life with, you're also spending the rest of your life with an arsehole, right? Who wants to do that? Not me. What's this? Wait, we have a young lady who is Swedish who says moist, and she makes you shiver. She puts on a fake. Oh, is that bird with black hair and the big the IQ things that she has about saying stuff? I don't know that I know her, but you know, I think I may have heard of her once or twice. She puts no, that's advice. Yeah, normally a low IQ arsehole too. Yeah. No, she's one of my friends. Oh, well, you'll have to introduce me to her personally. Moy. But it's true. You know, and the thing is, right, is that they turn around and say the grass is always greener on the other side. And it is. The grass is always greener on the other side.
You look a bit parched. Why don't you take a drink?
Very much. I will take a drink. The grass is always greener on the other side. Because you don't know the grass on the other side. It's the unknown that you find attractive, which is why we have affairs and stuff. And what generally happens is that a person will go and have an affair, realise that it was just sex, for argument's sake, right? And then invariably ends up wanting to come back to their partners. Now, I'm not saying all, because there is always an exception to every rule, right? But maybe what you should do instead of giving into that urge is talk to your partner. I mean, you're married to them, you're supposed to share everything with them. Why can't you tell them, like, you know, what's this? Just keep you hydrating. Like, no, I appreciate. It'll take more What's this? What did we say? I'll go back over to my streams and see if I can clip her moist, and then you'll see what I mean. Yeah, definitely. It'll take a lot more money. You know, sometimes you just have to work out. And I also believe that this is another problem with us human beings. We don't know what makes us happy. We've been brought up in a generation of wants and needs, right? You know, like the guy who's got a car, an old car, right, that works and gets him to work from A to B, that sits there and he's like, oh my God, I really want that BMW. Oh, my life would be so much better if I had that BMW. It would be great. Well, what's the BMW going to do for you? Well, it's going to get me to and from work in a more comfortable way. Well, you're going to be sitting in a chair, right? If you can't communicate about everything, you're with the wrong person. Yes, no, I completely agree with you. I tell my wife everything, even things she don't want to know. Like, you missed a cobweb, you haven't cooked the dinner properly. You know, and she appreciates it. I'm sure she does. I just want to point out, I'm not a misogynist. I just have a death wish. A bit like our convo the other week. Yeah, you know, it's, you just got to be honest with people, and it's, you know, please or offend sometimes. You can't just spend your entire life, you know, walking through it and agreeing with everybody. That's never going to happen. My granddaughter thought me and my missus were arguing last night, and she actually come upstairs and went into my boy's bedroom and was sitting up there. And we were having a conversation. We were disagreeing, but we were having a conversation about it. We didn't raise our voices. We weren't shouting. We weren't being nasty to each other. You know, we were just defending our points to a point of where we either reached a compromise or I decided to redo the patio, shall we say. But no, we have a conversation about it, and it usually just gets squashed about then. It's what adults do. We don't have to go to immediate, you know, DEFCON level 5 or whatever it is, or 1, whatever the DEFCON level works to. My wife is my best friend, and I am glad every day that I get to spend another day with her. I realise I'm lucky, because not everybody out there gets that. I know there's a lot of people out there that are with the wrong person. They're probably with the wrong person because they're afraid to be alone, or they're with the wrong person because they don't think they could do any better. But whatever the reason, if you're with the wrong person on your deathbed, not making this all, you know, doom and gloom, all you've got to think about at that point is what you've done with your life. And if you haven't enjoyed it, well, it sucks to be you, because there's no other way around it. What's this? Laugh out loud. We're going on a night out tonight. Doggy. Nice. I'll be there. I mean, there won't be anybody there that's overweight with a balaclava on the crutch. Just to clarify that one. If you can't communicate anything, you're with the wrong one. A bit like a conversation every week. Don't forget telling them when you take a shit. Yeah, of course. Problem is that it's been lost in relationships, and it's so hard to explain that to others. On the plus side, whatever regrets you and on your deathbed, you won't have them for very long. Well, no, this is true. The thing is that the reason why that this is being lost is because of programs like Geordie Shore, right? And I do drop it firmly on Geordie Shore and other programs like that. We got girls now that have become instantly famous all over the place, huge amounts of money for literally just being, what's the best? Overly promiscuous. Is that a good way of putting it? Right? And what that's doing is it's teaching the younger generation, my bloody granddaughters, okay, I've got a stake in this myself, my bloody granddaughters, that if you're overly promiscuous, right, you're going to become rich and famous. You're going to have such a great life. You can go out and drink whatever you want, and you can go and defecate in a bar, and people are going to literally revile you. They're going to love you for it. You're going to be all over social media. And you know what? Everybody's impressionable, especially kids. And they see this kind of thing, you know, but, you know, we're governed by the TV because an 18 rated means, oh, you know, you shouldn't watch it, right? But we can see that kind of thing. But when somebody's on here which goes against the grain of what the establishment wants you to know about, that's banned and removed. But no, you have the ability of turning this program over. The program that literally everybody in the world was talking about at one point, all of your friends at school, everybody. So, you know, your curiosity's piqued. And what are you going to do when you want to know about something? You find out about it. You find a way. And this is what's happening to a younger generation. And I feel like I'm just this old miserable guy now. Well, I'm not miserable. No one can ever really call me miserable. Depressed, because I am clinically depressed. But at least that's what they tell me. Paranoid, but then they've always had something against me. You know, but these are the people, when you give your children the tablets, that have you 24/7. You know, and then all of a sudden you're brought up and you just believe everything you're told. What's this? Yeah, what's this? The crutch you're happy to see me take. Blah 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 blah. Agree 100%. I mean, if you really look at the kids' TV shows, well, yeah, exactly. It's bad. Then you add the internet, which is yeah. But what you see, the thing is, the internet should be uncapped. It should be, you know, freedom of information. That's kind of what our forefathers went to war for our freedom of speech and our rights, which are being slowly taken away from us under the guise that it's good for us for that to happen, you know. And yet our granddads, great granddads and whatever else, they went to war for this freedom that we're giving away so easily. And it's bad when you had the internet. There's worse happening to younger generation. TV, it isn't so bad when you compare stuff like TikTok or similar influence on social media. Yeah, absolutely. But you see, here's the thing, right? People that go onto TikTok, not all of them are bad. But the problem is that if you want to discredit, and right, this sounds like I'm defending TikTok, and I'm not, right? I'm just giving you an argument here, right? If you don't want, say for argument's sake, I went on TikTok. Well, I'm going to be on YouTube with this because I'm going to be uploading it. But I was on TikTok and I'm saying everything that I'm saying now, right? If you wanted to discredit me and make me sound like I'm this co-conspirator that wants to, you know, change and brainwash your mind, what's the easiest way of doing it, right? The easiest way of doing it is to remove me off the platform, right? That way then I can't be seen. But the thing is that what's the easiest way to stay hidden if I said something that was actually true? Few of you have actually turned around and said, I 100% agree with you by something that I've just said. So what's the easiest way? And that is to pass a bill to be able to take anybody off the internet if they go against the narrative that's been set. I don't know, I'm talking like really conspiracy theorists now, but I'm not speaking from personal experience. What I'm saying is that I would, if I wanted to close something down, I'd be paying people to say the wrong things on there, to put so much disinformation out there, you wouldn't be able to tell what was the truth and what was not. That's what I would do personally, and I'm not an intelligent person. The problem here is the algorithm pushes stuff that gamers more time spent viewing, and there are particular cases of idiotic buffoonery that appeals to certain age group. Yes, exactly. Let's say which makes a particular influencer popular, which results in more crap being pushed. Yes, I completely like the guy that was saying that he could mind read my granddaughter, and he was lying, and he's got everybody to put likes in. And then the likes push the algorithm makes them more famous, and then they start to make loads of money off of it. That's what I have a problem with. It's fakery and lying. You know, everybody that pushes the like button for me or pushes the subscribe button for me do it out of their choice because they think, oh, you know, this is actually a nice guy. You know, in my opinion, social media platforms should be held responsible.
The scope of my genius knows no bounds.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What's this? In my opinion, social media for the crap on their algorithm pushes. Yes, I do. I completely and utterly agree with you. I absolutely do. But instead of the media companies actually taking responsibility for what they're pushing out to people, what they're going to do is they're going to let the government come in and turn around and say, oh, okay, we're going to keep you all safe. So if you do something that offends somebody or is unhealthy or could be deemed as destructive or whatever else, we're going to remove you under those grounds. And it is going to be very, very liberal, very broad terms that they're going to use to be able to do that. Right? But at the end of the day, they're still just going to do it anyway. Hey, Furious, I'm doing okay, darling. I am. I'm doing okay today. I got some sleep the other night. I haven't been sleeping well the last few days, but I've managed to get some sleep last night, and I've come in here and I'm doing this. Bit of paint by numbers, and it is so lovely to see you in here, darling. You know, as always. But yeah, look, I feel like I'm like a party political broadcast for bullshit these days. I really do. I feel like all I do is moan about it all, and I'm not a miserable old man. I'm not. I knew that I've been saying this for years, since I was a young man, right? That they underfunded the education system, right, to raise a generation of ignorant people. And when I call them ignorant, I don't mean a personal attack on them. It's not their fault, right? The people that are doing it it's not their fault, because the only option they had was to go to school in the underfunded places, right? So they've been undereducated or educated to what they want you to be educated to, right? People who are completely malleable to the opinions of social media. Even me, to a certain extent. You know, somebody could be listening to me and they could be going, Mark, everything you say is absolutely right and I believe in it. And because I believe in it and you've said it, I'm going to go and act on it. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't ever take anything I say as absolute black and white, because these are just my opinions. Just my opinions, right? It's how I perceive life because of my level of education and for what I actually know and have found out about. You know, don't go and do it. If you're going to do something, what I do suggest you do is, if you find anything that I've said that's interesting or it struck a chord on you, spend some time researching it yourself. Don't ever listen to just one person. Don't ever listen to just one news network. Don't ever just take one person's opinion. You know, you need to go out now and you need to take this thing that's actually lit a fire up under you, and you need to just research it for yourself. And then once you've reached a level of being comfortable with what you know because you've done sufficient amount of research into it, then do what you feel is necessary off your own back. And that goes for anything in life. And I do mean anything in life. Protect yourself, people. Protect your loved ones. Protect your next door neighbour. Protect the person that you don't see forever. I'm forever telling you all, just ring that person you haven't rung in ages. Don't sit there thinking, well, he hasn't bothered to ring me, I'm not going to ring them, because they could really need the help. They could really need to hear a friendly voice, you know, and it doesn't cost much these days. Sometimes at some points it's actually free to call somebody. If you've got a grudge against somebody for something that they've done, a family member or whatever else, you know, try your best to forgive if you can. If you can't, you can't. You're a long time dead. It's forever, you know. And the person that hasn't rung you could be an arse. He might not deserve, or she might not deserve a phone call, might not deserve you a second thought. But you know what? Until you ring and you find out that for definite, they could do. They could be lonely. They could be in trouble. My neighbour's a prick. I'm just saying, like, for what could be just a really simple 2-minute phone call from you could be a life-changing moment for that person. That person could be sitting there right now and contemplating whether or not is it all worth it, you know? And that phone call for you reaching out to them might make them actually think, oh, actually, you know what? Somebody does care, because out of the blue, I got this phone call. You know, and if they're all depressed and they're down and they're just moaning about themselves and whatever else, they're not doing it for sympathy. They're ill. They're sick. Sit and listen to them, please. Just help. You know, if I could ask for anything from anybody, just do that. And I don't know the people you know. I just know how I've felt over the years, how much I would have appreciated that kind of call. You know, Kitty actually sent me a message like the second day after knowing her. And she said, how are you doing today? And I come on stream and I was in such a good mood because I knew that I was having a really bad day that day. But I knew that there was somebody else out there thinking about me who took their time out of their day to literally just message me and just, good morning. I hope you're doing well today, blah, blah, blah. It was really nice meeting you the other day. He's contemplating what he's having to get by next. You know, but this, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just trying to push it, you know. But it means so much to some people. To you, it may not mean anything. Well, that's good, because you don't need other people currently at the moment. You're quite happy to be able to, you know, you're organised enough in your life and feel in a good enough place to not need that. But there are so many of us out there that are not. And I feel like I've banged on for ages now. I do you know what? I want to turn around and say, I'm going to end this one here, I think, because my back is really hurting and so is my neck. But I just, honestly, I want to take just a second here to just thank each and every one of you for coming out. And I know I usually do this when I end my streams and whatever else, but today's been kind of different for me because I've been quite unwell the last few days and I'm going through tests and stuff, and I wasn't going to come in here and stream today. I genuinely wasn't going to, right? But I am so glad, like almost emotionally glad that I did today. And I genuinely want you all to know how much I really appreciate you all. You're just never going to know how much I really do.